Hello everybody, DoogieHueser MD here, and I am currently casting 3D Max versus Alliance Pride. This game, I believe, was a remake of a previous game, and therefore this one's all pick, and I believe they're just reassigned the heroes that they picked previously, so I don't think we'll get to see the banning or the picking phases of this particular match. And that might make it a little less interesting, but it's on the ticket anyway, and so I wanted to give you guys a commentary for it. And this will let you guys that didn't have a chance to purchase a ticket get a commentary from, while not a professional, somebody at least. So, here we go. Should be getting into this really soon. Is his symbol? It looks like his symbol's porn. Who was that? Was it this guy? That it is. Okay. Wow. I did not think that he would be able to be allowed to do that. So we got the whole team coming top on 3D Max, and this is in 2x speed. Let me slow it back down to regular speed. The whole team is coming top on 3D Max. Alliance Pride has decided to scout out with everyone except Clinks. Now they're using smokes, so they're in a little bit of a better position, and while they could have possibly engaged on Faceless Void there, they probably decided that it was a bad choice since it's only 4 there on Alliance Pride as compared to the 5 that's there on 3D Max. So I think they made the right choice to not go in on him. I think it could have been a little shaky if 3D Max had decided not to scout and only brought 2 or 3 people up top. I think they definitely should have gone in on them, but that just didn't happen to be the case there. So it looks like Clinks will be solo safe lane up against Darkseer. You can see Darkseer's rotating bot. He managed to get the haste runes, so he would have been able to stay on him, but Clinks decided to start off stealth.
On one side, dire on the other.
And it looks like they're going to be doing kind of a stun lane up here, a stun tri-lane, where they have Luna, Shrek, and Sven. Both Luna and Sven can serve to set up Leshrak's stun so that he can get a more guaranteed stun with his skill shot. And I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see this would be a powerful ganking team with Sven and Leshrak. They'll be able to set up at least 3 or 4 seconds of stun, so I would not be terribly shocked to see them rotate to other lanes occasionally in order to secure a gank or 2 for Alliance Pride. We have a little bit of pressure being put on Clinks by Darkseer, but it looks like Clinks is going to come out a little bit more favorably in these exchanges. Searing Arrow is a very strong orb effect and should keep him pretty safe from pressure by Darkseer, at least early game. We have a little bit of damage going back and forth. Puck's going to be pretty able to dodge most real damage effects that Queen of Pain would be able to dish out, though. And it looks like we are indeed getting a rotation towards possibly mid, or I think more likely bot. Bot would probably be the better lane to gank, simply because they can wait to stun until Darkseer uses his surge, but they can't really fake out Puck's what is it? His little phase shift. They can't trick that out very well, so they're going to instead be going for bot. So they'll be going to gank Darkseer. And if they wait and bait Surge out, they should be able to hopefully get the kill on him. And they bait out that, so they get the full 4 seconds of stun, and Clinks is able to get the kill. And I imagine they will rotate back up top.
Had to happen.
We got a little bit of damage coming back and forth between Queen of Pain and Puck. Puck's going to be coming up on top 9 times out of 10 when you put him up against another mid and they're dealing damage to each other. Puck's going to come on top because Puck has the ability to phase shift out of targeted abilities and skill shots as well, but it's more common that you see it for targeted abilities. If we look at last hits, Puck's on top, and then Clinks and Luna are doing about the same, and then Queen of Pain is doing just about okay. She's at 11 CS, she's almost at the same level of creep score as Darkseer. So we already see a Ring of Aquila very early on Clinks, and it's just a matter of what he's going to be going next. I imagine Power Treads, and then a Orchid Malevolence. Going back up top, let's check kills. So Luna hasn't died yet, but that's good. She managed to fare alright by herself, and it looks like Sven and Leshrac are rotating back up top again. So it looks like they chose to rotate quickly enough so that Luna hasn't been under any real threat. But they're hanging out mid a little bit, I think, to scout out Rune. And Rune has spawned bot, apparently. We see a regen right here, so they know now that Rune spawned bot. Ooh, she's a little out of position there. She's going to go down there. Between Soul Catcher, Disruption, she was just not able to stay in there. I say she because I use hero pronouns. You'll notice that if I'm referring, I don't generally refer to players by their gender. I refer to them by the hero gender. I think that's better, that way, in case I don't know. I know most of the players are male, but if there's a question, if it ever comes into question, I'm just referring to people by their heroes' genders. Queen of Pain looking a little beat up. Probably be bottle crowing soon in order to hold on to the lane control a little bit. And they're going on to Darkseer again, and they secure the kill. Unfortunately, Luna's also died at the same time, so would have been really beneficial to see Sven and Leshrac rotate back up top again. That Void is looking at a very healthy level for farm. He has his poor man's shield, and he has enough for power treads as well. Finally, it looks like Sven and Leshrac are rotating back up top. Clinks in the lead with 31 CS. Net worth 3132. So even with those 2 kills, he has 600 more gold than Faceless. And it looks like they're going to be going in on Razor. It looks, sorry, Eremita rather. Little lack of communication. I don't know if it's going to change whether or not they can get the kill. Let me just pause this real quick. Alright, I had to take care of a slight issue there. But as I was saying, it looks like Clinks has about an 800 gold lead on Faceless. And then Puck is in third with about 2,200 gold. Looks like they might be looking to put a little bit of pressure on Clinks here. I think he's going to be fine though. Ooh, a very successful gank by Puck. Queen was just a little out of position there, unfortunately. Some wards going out for this bot area. Anywhere around here would be really useful. Dire has one here. It would be nice to see Radiant one here as well. And a little bit of pulling going on top. I think they noticed and they're debating what to do. With a 3 stun lane, I really think they could force a fight, and they just had to pull themselves though.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
So that's generally a good plan. This is the one thing that you'll not see a lot of teams do in a pub. A lot of people don't realize that you can actually pull this lane. Radiant side, you could pull the hard lane.
One last top tower.
Just lost top tower for Lion's Pride, so the gold difference is becoming more and more. It started off being about equal, a little bit on Lion's Pride side, and now not so much. I think staying bot so long, lingering bot so long after rotating, really set back the Sven-Leshrac combo. But I do like to see it, and it's a support Sven role, which is not commonly done much anymore. It kind of rotates in popularity, whether Sven is most popular as a support or a carry. And it appears that Lion's Pride want to utilize him in the support role, but both are technically fine. Seeing a little bit more pooling, and there wasn't a stack there, so it's going to push the lane forward a little bit. The lane's already very pushed though, so we'll see what happens. I imagine they may rotate to a different lane. Really a period of not much going on after following quite a lot of combat from both sides. And we get a stun coming out, but you're going to get that shifted, phase shifted. And Sven has decided to just wait out the leash. Accidentally extends it, I believe. Darkseer's kind of in a bad position, though. He's very low on health. He does have his Tranks, though, and he has Soul Ring, so he should be able to get up fairly quickly.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
And we're seeing a little bit of a group up bot, and it looks like a smoke gank coming in from 3D Max. They're just kind of scouting out the area. Clink spots Darkseer, and Clink spots everybody else, unfortunately. So it looks like that smoke gank's going to go nowhere, really. Smoke's only 100 gold. It's worth trying to use to press an advantage or even come back from a gap. Alright, we have Queen of Pain with a bottled haste rune.
Trouble brewing at
That's pretty good on her. She can use it to engage instead of doing a lot of things. Haste has been called arguably the best rune. Something that I can definitely see. Early game, you might want to see a DD a little bit more because it allows you to pressure out someone or out-pressure someone. But I think late game, haste is probably the dominant rune. It's the one you most want to see, and it's the one that lets you make plays. Got our Belt of Strength, so clearly going for her power treads. She just finished them. Quite a whole lot of posturing, but not a whole lot going on. Both teams trying to play somewhat cautiously without letting the other one know what's really going on. Unfortunately, we have quite a bit of ward coverage from 3D Max, so they know what's happening here. But this allows Luna to farm these stacked up jungle creeps a little bit. And I don't see them going to contest that, especially when they can see the other people that are there. Right now, at net worth, we have about almost 5,000 gold on, well, almost 4,500 gold, rather, on Faceless Void. If they let him stay up there and farm, and let this game go on for too long, they'll be in a very bad position. So they need to make stuff happen, either gank him out of lane, or just do anything to keep him up from being up there and farming. Clinks is a decent carry, but he's not going to carry nearly as hard as Faceless Void is, I would not think. I could be surprised. Some great plays, some great setup from Lion's Pride could enable Clinks to carry very hard, but I don't think he'll be carrying quite as hard as Faceless Void can. And we see another smoke gank, this time from Lion's Pride. Not sure where they're going to be attempting to gank. Looks like they may be trying to converge on wherever Faceless Void is, but I don't think they know where he is. Possibly with this little ward here, they may have been able to see him go into the jungle, but it looks like instead they are going to be going mid. Possibly trying to gank this Puck, though I don't see it happening with Phase Shift up. He should be able to quickly get out of any sticky situation. Oh, the silence comes up. And then the stun. I think they're going to be able to get him. Yes, they do. That's very important. Without the Orchid, Puck's pretty much ungankable. But with the Orchid on Clinks, Puck suddenly becomes a decent ganking target. We see a quick move top for Clinks. He's been hit with Soul Catcher and Disruption, so he's going to stealth out, and then he gets caught with Chronos, so he may be going down here. And that he does. Faceless Void, a decent counter, I guess I would say, to stealth heroes. If he knows roughly where they're going to be, he can lay a Chrono down and reveal them. If they use stealth to escape while at low health, that pretty much secures him a kill, and securing kills on a carry is always good news. Yeah, I've seen games where they just ignored a harder carry on one side, as what seems what's happening here on Void. They're just kind of ignoring this very hard carry up here farming, and that could really turn out quite poorly for Lion's Pride, even though they seem to have a little bit of a lead right now. It's starting to go towards Dire's side, so they do need to be very careful. Faceless has almost caught up with Puck, so that gives you a little bit of not Puck. I'm sorry, he's almost caught up with Clinks. And that gives you a little idea about how much he's been farming, because for a while, Clinks was very, very far ahead of Void in farm. Right now we have a little bit of posturing from Leshrac. Without Sven there, I don't think he's going to be able to set up quite as much, though he's still quite strong on his own. Ideally, they would have another slow or a stun whenever Leshrac's around to set up that split earth. The duration never improves on the stun, though you typically see extra ranks picked up for the increased radius, making it a little harder to get out of. I'm surprised he's left it at rank 2, and instead choosing to level an extra point in Lightning Storm. No points in Edict yet, so they can't really push down towers. Interesting choice on their part. Not necessarily right or wrong, they're kind of using him as a ganker, and if they want to use him in that role, it's probably best to have the extra nuke. They're just kind of sitting back while the creep wave takes a hammering by the tower. Again, this is kind of posturing. I don't think either team is going to make anything happen here unless one person, due to a lack of miscommunication, steps way out of line. Clinks needs to be careful. He's already been revealed once by Chronosphere. It wouldn't be very hard for him to be revealed in a different manner again. It looks like Sven may have stepped out of line a little bit here. And he's able to get the stun off, but he's now silenced, and it looks like he's going to be going down, indeed. To make up for it, though, Lion's Pride has managed to push down a tower, so they actually ended up a little bit on top on that exchange. If they allow a hero to fall in order to get a tower, they're coming out ahead. 200 gold for each hero is far better than whatever assist gold is going to get split. And they managed to get the bottom tower as well out of this little go-around. So the gold graph, as you can see, took a sharp turn towards Radiant's side, and now is about equal. So quite a good show by Lion's Pride. Unfortunately, you still have a 2k lead between Luna and Faceless, so that's not necessarily the best. Looks like Sven maybe is trying to get some farm now. Sven can kind of transition into a carry if he so chooses, if they decide they need extra damage. Who knows what he'll really be going for in the end. Right now he has a Bracer, and that's just so that he has the extra mana and health to stay in fights. Once he has a rank of God Strength, though, he'll be able to contribute quite a bit in team fights. So this could really go anywhere at this point. Goldshard's been very back and forth. I am kind of worried about this Faceless Void for Lion's Pride. He's already got quite a bit of farm, and who knows what he's going to be finishing next. It looks like he's almost got his Mask of Madness, and he's already got a Maelstrom, so he's going to be looking at about... let's check here. He's going to be looking at 125 attack speed plus 30, so 155 attack speed whenever he has everything active. And then 8 additional attack speed if he chooses to keep his tread shifted to agility, though he might shift them over to strength just so that he has a little more staying power. I think Void's kind of a glass cannon as it is, though, so he may just keep them over into agility for 8 more damage and 8 more attack speed. Here's where we'll see maybe a Crystallis or a Battle Fury pickup. Getting multiple heroes in a battle or in a Chronosphere once you have Battle Fury can lead to a devastating result in a team fight. Void's got to be careful here, though. It does look like they are coming for a gank. And if they decide to smoke up beforehand, there's no way that he's going to see them until it's too late. Void has decided to play the safe route, though, and rightly so. He's teleported bot, and it looks like they may be looking to make something happen. Or no, he's just going to be getting Ancients, so there's that. Backtrack makes him a pretty good Ancient farmer, though Ancients are stacked up quite a bit, so he's going to have difficulty farming that. I'm not really sure what they expected to happen. They have, I believe, 3 Ancient camps stacked up on top of each other. Actually, 4?
Dire's lost the top tower.
So they have quite a few Ancient camps stacked up there, and there was really no way that he was going to do that without any AoE. They need to be a little careful there. Luna could take that to quite a bit of advantage for herself. Once she gets a bit more farm and gets her helm, which Luna frequently gets, she could easily take those camps for herself, and it would not be very pleasant for 3D Max. They would be giving up maybe 1,200 gold. Just a little bit of a push coming up here. And this is another strength of this combo. If he had more points than Edict, even 1 point, they would be able to put so much push into that tower. Unfortunately, with just God Strength, they're not able to push a whole lot, though Sven's auto attacks do hit for about as much as a carry would and when he's in the support role, just because of God Strength. So, he also has a wand now, so that allows him to also stay in fights pretty easily. Pretty cool Greevil core here on Lion's Pride side. I am a sucker for cosmetic items. We have a Ghost Scepter coming up on Darkseer that protects him from getting bombarded out by a Klink's Orchid attack. And speaking of Klink's Orchid attacks, And I think, yeah, he's going to get safely away. Let's just rewind for a second again. Misses quite a few attacks. Backtrack really showing how useful it is. He gets away with 70 health. Or not. Ooh, Chrono comes up. But that's enough to secure a kill, really. Purge comes up on her, but yeah, just a whole lot of posturing from both teams. There wasn't a lot of potential for a kill there once Faceless got away. Sven is invisible right now, so he may be coming in for a potential gank on Puck. I don't know. Puck's been very good at dodging with phase shift, so even with the invisibility, I don't know if that's going to be able to push out a kill. I will just put it as we'll see. Oh, definite kill on Shadow Demon, yeah.
The Dire might want to mine the top towers.
That was definitely a good choice on engagement by Lion's Pride, and Lion's Pride's starting to show a bit of, a bit of dominance in this game. They've pushed the lead much further on their side to what it's ever been in this game. And I think they're going to be going for another gank on Faceless. Yep, Dagger comes out, and he's going to jump away, but it was not enough. If he had dodged that, he would have probably gotten away, but backtrack, you can't rely just on backtrack to get you out of sticky situations. It's already done that for him once, RNG. The RNG gods are not that merciful.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
It looks like in response to this, though, no, Lion's Pride's probably not going to lose this tower. Lestrak's proving his worth as a good counter pusher here. Turning on his ultimate, Pulse Nova, and just putting down a Lightning Storm. Puck's finally fallen behind a little bit in farm. He did have the second highest net worth in the game. Now he's only looking at about 6k when other people are approaching 8, 9, and 10. After this point, though, I would have to say that unless 3D Max starts making big plays, it's going to be going towards the Radiant side, towards Lion's Pride. Looking for another Orchid gank on Void, but that just wasn't going to happen. I think Void's starting to know when to expect it. And trying to destroy the wards here. I think... no. Oh wow, and actually this might be the demise of Clinkz. Dust comes out so they can see him no matter where he goes, and Soul catches up, so he's taking extra damage. Queen of Pain ultimate does not a kill on Silencer, but Clinkz definitely went down. They're trying to get Sven now. Sven falls into the Chronosphere, so he dies to Darkseer's Ion Shell, actually. But trying to make up for lost ground, Idesh and Massacre are pushing the bottom tower.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
And they are able to get the bottom tower, and Eclipse allows them to get 1 kill, possibly 2. Soulcatcher comes out though, so they need to make a quick escape, and Idesh falls to Darkseer. And that's really unfortunate, but they were able to get a tower out of the exchange, so they're looking a bit healthier now. This gold chart just will not stop going back and forth. It's leveled out now, and it's probably going to start to drop a little bit in Dire's side if Lion's Pride does not make some big plays soon. And I know I just said that about 3D Max, but it's just been a very back and forth game. Many of these games aren't decided until, you know, one team fight can change an outcome if it has a big enough or splashy enough impact. You might remember the game I cast where a Clockwork was able to chain it himself into a Roche Pit and start an exchange where the team went 5-0 and stole Roshan. It's just plays like that can completely turn the tide of a game. Even huge deficits like 5, 6, 7,000 gold can be changed. Darkseer getting a little bit of farm. He looks pretty healthy. He's got Ghost Scepter, Mechanism, and Plate Mail. Probably going for... Well, he could be going for any number of things. He may be going for Shivas, and I think that's probably where he'll end up. Plate Mail could also go for an Assault Cuirass, but that seems like a rather odd pickup on him. If it were Chainmail, he might have more options, but not that many because he had already finished a Mechanism. Pushing out mid a little bit.
Double damage.
Not really sure what to expect here. I'm guessing there's going to be a little bit of posturing and then a team fight mid, but no real way to say. Once Luna gets some lifesteal, I'm surprised she didn't go for a helm before she got her... I think she knows how stacked this camp is, so... Looks like they're trying to get a little bit of the farm from 3D Max's Ancient Camp, and this could be what provokes that big game-changing fight. A couple of the lower creeps are starting to fall to Luna's Bouncing Glaive. And if she gets protected enough, she'll be able to get quite a bit of farm here. Oh, Queen of Pain was able to get a kill, and Clinks... Oh, but they dropped the Chronosphere on them, but it's a defensive Chronosphere, so it's not going to have quite the effect they were hoping for. And if they're able to get this Ancient Camp, it's going to be turn what should have been a small swing into quite a bit larger of a gold swing here. Yeah, let's take a look at that gold graph now. It's now almost an 8,000 to 9,000 gold difference, and if they get Roshan on top of that, that's probably going to be spell the end for this game. And they are able to net Roche, putting them at an even further gold difference, and we're having a bit of a graphical glitch here. Let's just click off that. So, do they need to push this lead eventually? Yes. If they don't push it eventually, there is a chance that Faceless can come back. He has the support structure to be able to do it. And once they start coming back into kills, Silencer gets more and more powerful because he's going to have to put a point in Glaive soon. A little bit of stalking going in on the jungle. And it's able to net them a kill on Puck. Well, we have a sheep stick on Massacre's Queen of Pain. It's going to be a very useful item. It kind of functions like a second Orchid because it disables the use of abilities, which disables the use of escape mechanisms on several of these heroes. And it appears that Clinks may be going... Nope, Clinks is just going to farm some jungle camps. Looked like he could have been going to stop a potential push, but instead he's going to devour a camp, gain a ton of damage, and they're going to be going in on Darkseer. Or actually they go after... He's just putting out massive amounts of damage. Gets stunned a little bit by Faceless, but Queen's able to finish up the assault. I would like to see them push this tower down. I feel like they're kind of delaying this game a little bit when they should be pressing these winning team fights into a little bit of a push.
Taking hits.
And Queen's trying to get as much of this tower down as she can, but it ends up getting denied out from under.
Disarmed mid-tower.
Probably should have faked out that last auto attack, but everything's kind of heat of the moment when you're pushing that tower by yourself. So we are finally down to just the tier 3 towers for 3D Max. It took quite a bit of time, especially with the lead that Lions Pride has been developing, but they finally have them in that situation. It's now over a 12,000 gold lead, but it is by no means over yet. It could very well be turned around, but it's looking very, very unlikely. Once we start seeing big items come out on supports, like Ghost Scepter, and big items on Sven, like a Black King Bar, and these are items that, you know, he would build as carry or build as a priority 3 or 4 role, and Leshrac and Sven were pretty much both hard supports and are starting to get these big items out, so it's not looking good. When you have almost a 5 times gold difference between the supports of each team, it's not a good situation to be in. And we have Queen of Pain and Clink's kind of wandering around, pushing out the lanes a little bit. You really got to wonder when they're going to, or how they're going to attempt to push out this tower. The Chronosphere on top of a push could spell a losing team fight for Lions Pride, even with the significant gold advantage they've managed to amass. Let's look at Clink's items real quick. He has his Crystallis as well as a BKB now, so he's looking very nice levels of farm, and he's also sitting on 2,000 gold in addition to all of those items, so he's in a great position to start working on ending this game. Looks like 3D Max has decided to smoke up. Quite a good choice. When you're behind, a smoke gang can really be what makes the difference between a loss and a win. So we'll have to see what happens here. I think that Lions Pride is starting to suspect something, though. They do have a ward up here, but that couldn't possibly have spotted them. And they're wandering top now, possibly looking for a gank on Luna. I think that's something they can definitely make happen if they want to. She's finished her Manta style, but they should know that which one is the real her. It looks like they've decided to press off the gank. Yeah, they're trying to keep the lane pushed out a little bit. They should be able to successfully do that with Ion Shell. And really, delaying the game until Faceless can almost single-handedly win it for them is their best option at this point. He's a harder carry than Lions Prize carries, but he may not get a chance to really shine to his full potential if the situation doesn't change soon. And we think we're going to be having a gank come out. Yes, we are. Sheepstick and Orchid both come out on him. He gets disrupted to try and save him. The Chronosphere comes up, but it's a little late. Clinks is able to sneak out of it.
Didn't like the sound of that.
And here's going to be where they're able to push down that tier 3. It's just a matter of waiting until the right time. You can push that tier 3 down with minimal losses. And that's really what they've been able to do right here, is they're going to push that tower down without losing anyone and potentially get the racks as well. Yep, they managed to get Darkseer here and Puck there, so... And that's really how Quaff's meant to be played as well. She's godlike, and that's the position she should be in. She's very, very hard to kill, and that's really reflected by the one death that she has.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
So now that they've got that Rax mid, and even more gold. I really don't think there's anything 3D Max can do to catch up. I doubt we'll see the GG come up, just because a lot of teams try to push it out and see if some weird fluke can happen that can cause them to win, but even though we haven't seen the official GG yet, I'm definitely prepared to call this for Lion's Pride. Unless some weird circumstance happens where they're able to split push or something like that, but I just don't see it happening. If I were Lion's Pride, I would be shooting for the bottom tower next. Started to notice a pattern that everybody's kind of wandering around. Oh, wrong one. This general area right here. So if they can kind of keep everybody wandering around in that area while they push bot, they should be able to get another tower and potentially another set of racks. And once they get 2 sets of racks, there really should be no way for them to come back. They'd have to, if they wanted to split push, they'd have to split push top. It's really easy to defend just one lane. And after that, if they don't push for the tower, I think we may see a GG come out from 3D Max. All of Lion's Pride's pretty much grouped up except for Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain, of course, having the maneuverability to stay away from the rest of the team if she chooses, especially with this 17,000 gold net worth. Yeah, she's sitting on Assault Cuirass, Scythe of Vice, and BKB, and a gem, so no one can really sneak up on her either. So she's in a great position. And I assume that we're going to see a push for either bot or top now. I'm not really sure which. I would have said that bot would be the better bet, but it could be either one, really. Clink's now critting in the 800s with his, I believe, Daedalus. Yeah, with his Daedalus. And he has enough gold to potentially start another item, though he might be going for that butterfly, so he could be pushing it off for a little bit. Darkseer doing his job, keeping creeps from massing up. Had to get a little drink there. Starting to get a little bit of dryness in the old throat region. And Faceless getting a little bit of farm here, but he's still at 13,000 farm, which is not very much. His net worth's not in the best situation right now. And 3D Max looking to make something happen yet again. Another smoke gank. And I don't know. Oh, looks like they may be trying to stop this Roche attempt. Let's see what happens. Puck decides not to go in. Faceless Void comes in. He's able to get 2 of the carries, but it just seems like too little too late. The Luna ult goes up, and they're able to just secure kills all over the place. Darkseer's wall, though, is able to push them off for quite a bit of damage, and is able to. Darkseer got a double kill there. Very crazy exchange. Did not expect to see that going down that way. Like I said, it's potentially anyone's game. We are looking at a 20,000 gold difference in gold earned. That's quite a bit. And we're almost at the point where... Well, we are at the point where Clinks can solo Roshan. Or maybe not quite yet. Yeah, it looks like he thought better of it. And rightly so. I think he would have died at Roshan. But they're probably just going to gather the troops and attempt Roshan again. Wall of Replicas down for another 30 seconds, and that's going to be what really nets 3D max kills. And that's one of the reasons Darkseer is such a good pickup. Even, sure, the gold difference is 20,000 gold, but when you're making consistent clones of the enemy carries, potentially clones that hit for even more than the actual version if you have the Scepter upgrade, you're securing your place late game in the team composition even if you don't get as much farm as the other team. And that's really why Darkseer is such a solid pickup. So we're going to see the team gathering around the Rune location, and more importantly around Roshan. Puck scouts out Roshan with his orb,
top towers taking a hit.
but it looks like he's just going to tank, and oh, Chrono comes up. Oh wow, Faceless Void gets the age. Oh my god. Klink's really showing how fed he is though here. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Oh, he destroys. Yeah, he destroys Faceless. So that was just a very intense team fight. It looked like it was going to be really over for Lion's Pride there, but they really showed what that you can do with the difference in farm and proper positioning. Klink's just staying wherever he was on the map and not really allowing multiple copies of him to be made with the Wall of Replica. Definitely some smart play by Stock.
The Dire went and fortified their structures.
I think this is where we're going to see the second set of Raxes fall, and maybe we'll see a GG come up. But I doubt it. They did just have a very good team fight, so we might not even see a GG this game. I mean, of course we'll see a GG, but not an early GG. And I think if they wanted, they could push for top, but they're just going to try and get this game over with. Klinks and Leshrac are able to get the one tower, and then the other falls shortly thereafter. And there goes the Ancient, really. It was a really good game, and 3D Maxx was able to show what you can do from a deficit. They weren't able to come back because of the size of the deficit, but they were able to really show what you can do with a gold deficit. That's been it for this Star Series game. This is DoogieHueser signing off.